Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. So we are going to be making today another slow cooker meal, and it's going to be my version of beef stew. Now everybody will have their own version of how they like their ingredients, their kind of spices and things like that. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. Now instead of a slow cooker today, I am going to be using my Instant Pot on the slow cooker setting. Funnily enough, if you've been here a while, I was going through some old bits and pieces there the other day, and I actually found my first ever slow cooker that I still have stashed away. So I might maybe try and bring it out and see does it still work, and then it can be a little bit more relatable to everybody that is just doing this in a standard crock pot slow cooker type thing. But for now, I have a little bit of oil heated up. I am using a new tripod, so hopefully this is a little bit better. I know you're getting a lovely view there of the handle of the cupboard, but hey, shut up, Linz, and get into it. Right, lovelies. So down here, I have just a frying pan. I've pre-done these because I didn't really want to sort of like fry on camera. Not for this video anyway. This is going to make up enough for 2 to 3 people. So I am just waiting now at the moment for that oil to heat up. I am going to be putting some new potatoes. Can we see that? New potatoes in, which I've already sort of left the skins on, but I've kind of quartered up. And hold on now a second. I also have in this container here is a quarter of a Swede, which all my days talk about a fight I had. Should have filmed that really. And I have 3 carrots. So this is normally enough to do what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do, what am I doing? No idea. So we're going to start off, I'm just going to throw that in. That oil's not quite hot enough yet, but it'll come to. I'm going to have so much washing up, but not a problem. And I am just going to leave them now until they kind of go a little bit translucent. You can put a little bit of colour on them, but I don't want them to burn. So we'll be back after this has kind of fried off a little bit, and I'll show you the next steps. Right, lovelies, just while my onions are finishing off their little bit of brown in there, I just want to show you this. This is 200 grams of stewing steak, or any type of really cheap sort of beef, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to season this up a little bit so it's ready to go in with the onions. So I'm going to be using some black pepper. Give that a good sprinkle. Now the reason I like to do this first is because I think you get a little bit of a better flavour when the sort of herbs or spices or whatever you're using are kind of fried off a little bit. Just kind of, there's a word for it and I can't think at the moment. Sorry lovelies, that was some sea salt. Now, if you've been here before, you'll know I'm not a great fan of rosemary and thyme. I love the flavour, but I'm not, if it's kind of roasted, it can go a little bit, you can get a bit stuck in your teeth and stuff. But for this, it's fine, because when you slow cook it, they all go quite soft. So I'm literally just putting a good sprinkle of thyme. I'm going to say half a teaspoon if you'd like to follow it, direct. And then about the same of rosemary. We're going to have a check now to see what these onions are doing. And these are coming along lovely. They're just starting to get, can we see that little bit of brown in there? So that's perfect. I am going to pop the beef in there now. And we're just going to leave that to brown off nicely. Okay. And over to, oh, where are you? Oh, no. Oh. I have here, now this could cause, I hope you can hear me over that frying, this could cause a little bit of confusion. I am using today 400 mils of chicken stock, and reason being, I'm not that fond of the really deep meaty flavour of beef. Personally, I just prefer the vegetables cooked in it. So I find that if I use chicken stock, then it's a lot better. You know, that kind of way for me. So I am going to just add that. I hope this microphone's picking up proper. I'm just going to add that. So if you're a slow cooker, you put it in your slow cooker. So that is just going into there. Then I am going to add in my potatoes. So just enough for 2 people. With slow cooking, I find that if I put things like the potatoes on the bottom, they have a better chance of cooking than they do if not. And so with your veg. And my veg is going in there now as well too. Lovely. So that's that. Now, so as you can see, the liquid hasn't come over the top. This is going to be personal preference. And you can add some gravy in with this now if you wanted, or before you put anything in like this. But personally for me, I would prefer to kind of put the gravy mix in afterwards. It's just a personal preference. But we're coming back down now and we'll have a look how this beef is doing. Oh, and it smells amazing. So, again, we're just going to leave that to kind of do its thing, and I will be back in a second. This is our beef lovelies, and I'm quite happy with that. Again, this is preference. If you want it a little bit more sort of caramelised, then work away with that. I'm going to come back up again. Oh, hello, Bobs. I'm going to come back up again, and we're going to go to the Instant Pot or slow cooker if that's what you're doing. Just a safety thing. I know that I haven't got little fingers in the house that are going to come and turn any of my sort of like hobs on. That's the thing. So I know this is quite safe to stay here. I've seen so many horror stories where people have put like their Instant Pot or their slow cooker or something on top of the hob. Maybe the child's come and played or something like that. And I don't have that problem unless the dog's going to suddenly learn how to use a cooker, which is doubtful. Right, I am putting beef. I'm not draining anything. It's all going in there. If it's very, very fatty meat, then you can drain that off. And do you know, I've made a mistake already, because that should have been 500 mils of water with that stock, not 4. Any of you pointed that out yet? So we're just going to add another 100 mil. That kind of brings the level up a little bit. But also what we're going to do is I have some tin foil. Now I used to do this with all my slow cookers. And wait, just come up a little bit. All my slow cookers. So basically I just like to take a little piece that I know is going to fit. And this is just going to help keep some of the steam in. So now, my lid isn't the proper lid for the Instant Pot, but it does fit fairly snug. But even if I was doing this, as I said, I think I might pull out that slow cooker. We'll have a look and see does it still work, hopefully. I think I just wanted a new one, and that's why I replaced it. And then I gifted that. I'm rambling a lot today, aren't I? But anyway, lid on that, sort of pressed down nice and tight. Now let's see if I can get you to come down a little bit. New tripod, old days. Why bother at this stage? But anyway, we're going to turn the Instant Pot on. Now, if you have your slow cooker, it's all going to depend on how quick you want your dinner, really. But I think the lowest and the slowest just brings out a lot more flavour. So I am going to press the slow cooker on that. I want it to be on sort of medium. Now, one thing I have found with my Instant Pot is it tends to be a little bit more fierce than a slow cooker does. But anyway, I am going to go up to that, and that is going to go on for 6 hours. And then by the time that's done, hopefully, you know, I'll come back anyway and show you me. Oh, Christ, where he is? There. I'll come back and I will show you the process I do after that. As I said, this is going to make about 2 to 3 portions. So I have got a very exciting one I'm about to film side by side on this. You need to be subscribed for that, lovelies. So yeah. Right, it's nearly 6 minutes after we filmed the last piece of this, and we're going to add in our gravy. So basically this is this here, I'm not going to say it, sure, that's what it is. And I have added 3 really heaped teaspoons of that into some cold water. Now the reason we do this is because otherwise if you just put that powder directly into that hot there, you're just going to end up with big lumps of jelly. So we're going to have a look and take that off. And that, oh, that is looking magic. Oh, the smell is absolutely amazing, but I'm a bit confused what smells come from where now at the moment, because I have filmed another video. So obviously they're going to be up on separate days, but I'm just going to take this now and pour that in. Give that a stir. This is all going to depend on how thick you like your gravy. And you're going to need to give this a good stir. And I might have actually made that a little bit too thick, but it will depend on your tastes. Now, if you don't have that type of gravy powder, you can do the same principle with some corn flour with the added water, and that will thicken things right up as well. Or you can use gravy granules. It's completely up to you. I just want to grab a knife and just check how tender everything is. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So, as I said, we'll make sure make sure, it's been a long day, I'm sorry guys. It's all nicely mixed. That meat is just fall apart tender now. And we're going to dish up a bowl. You may watch me make a mess now trying to get this in focus. Oh, look at that. Nothing better on a cold, dark winter's eve than a fabulous bowl of beef stew. So lovelies, have a go, especially if you like this type of thing. I've just gone completely like brain fog. That's just not there. Oh, the smell. It just smells amazing. But yeah, perfect. Yay! But I know now that it's the start of sort of like the winter season coming in. I can't do tiredness, and I'm going to have to try and piece this video together a little bit, because I completely went, didn't know what I was saying there at the end of that last clip. So I'm going to have to try and cut it a bit and stick this bit in. But basically, their lovelies is, oh, that there to me is winter or fall in a bowl. So that is perfect. And one thing that would really have ramped this up a little bit is maybe a wee bit of cabbage added in about an hour or so before the end. That would have been fantastic. And yeah, stay tuned. I am going to do my best to get some more of the slow cooker ones kind of filmed for you, but they do take a little bit longer to sort of like put together and everything like that before you get to see them. So bear with me. I will do my best, and yeah, just happy cooking. Stay safe and just be happy. Bye for now.